Hey, welcome into Feldco Football Recap live here at Hooters O'Hare, 8225 West Higgins with Tom Waddle, Alex Brown. I'm David Kaplan. Michaela is here with the famous Hooters wings. Thank you, Michaela. Come on out and see us, and if you're not here tonight, come see us in 3 weeks at the Downers Grove location. Bears 36-10 win over the Carolina Panthers. All right, Tommy boy. Got a great crowd. Bears win 36-10. It was Caleb Williams' best game of his young career.
Yes, we also have a bet that Alex can eat every one of those wings before we get to the second segment of tonight's
no doubt.
show.
Gonna try.
No, there's no question. I think you looked at the opponent, the Carolina Panthers, and you saw a defense that was gettable, so to speak. And we saw some progress the week before against the Los Angeles Rams, where I thought Caleb played a really clean game, a really smart game. Didn't really push the ball down the field, but took care of the football. I think he learned his lesson the week before in Indianapolis to play a smarter game. And I thought what was most impressive.
So did Shane Waldron.
Yes, that's true as well.
Yep.
What I found most impressive about what we saw on the lakefront this past Sunday was he played a clean, smart game, but he also got the downfield, the vertical passing game involved. And it's really going to be something that has to be part of their repertoire if, in fact, you're going to compete with some of the better teams in the league. Like you can compete with some of the lesser teams by playing kind of a safe passing game along with your running game, but to get the best of a Packers defense or a Vikings defense or a 49ers defense, you're really going to have to threaten teams down the field. And, Alex, they've got the personnel to do that, whether it's DJ Moore or it's Keenan Allen or Rome Odunze or Cole Kmet or Gerald Everett. Whoever it is, they've got a full complement of weapons. So if you're really going to challenge the better teams in the league, you're going to have to not just play safe and clean football, but you're going to have to threaten them downfield. And I thought they put all those elements together offensively on Sunday, and that's what was most impressive.
What did you think, AB?
No, I totally agree with Tom. I think when you take care of the football, if you look at the 3 wins they have no turnovers. They don't turn the ball over. When you turn the ball over, you lose. And we're not good enough to be able to turn the ball over 2 or 3 times and still win. So I think we're getting there. I think as the offense continues to get better and better, as Caleb continues to get better and better, we did see the offensive line play better. We saw that DeAndre Swift, why he was the guy they went after first in free agency, right? And not an offensive lineman or something like that. So that's what you want. You start to see those players that Ryan Poles had a vision for. You start to see that come about, and now you see some changes too.
Oh yeah,
you saw. I think the changes is what it was.
Yeah.
When you bring Roschon up and you put him on the roster, and you're like, hey, we're gonna play him. I don't care what nobody say. I'm telling you, that lights a fire under you as a player. And when you know that guy behind you, they didn't have him up last week. Now they bringing him up because I'm not playing well. You know you're not playing well. You take Davis out and put Pryor in. Right? So you start making these little changes. Now everybody kind of goes on notice, if you will.
If you have any pride as a competitor, you're like, wait a second.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm keeping my gig. You're not going to get it from me.
I thought they also did a really nice job adjusting how they were attacking opponents, running the football. The lateral zone stretch plays just weren't working. I don't think that personnel-wise up front that they're really capable of doing that. So I give them a lot of credit. They kind of simplified things. They brought it all in. They asked them to go more north and south. I think they defined to the running backs, whether it was Swift or it was Roschon, hey, here's the hole. Don't deviate from here because this is where they're expecting you to be. Your guard and your tackle expect you to be here, so be there. And I thought not only did they have more success running the ball, but they stayed committed to it. And there's nothing that's more helpful for a young quarterback than to have a running game that's reliable. And even when you're not, cracking them for 5.5 yards, you still stay committed to it because against the Rams, I think they averaged 4.5 yards per carry. I think they averaged 3.5 against Carolina. But their commitment to running the ball and staying committed to running the ball with against the Panthers, I thought opened things up for them in the passing game.
As much criticism that Waldron got, I think you should get a lot of credit now too.
I agree.
Because you go into that Houston game, just like what you're saying as far as those stretch plays they were running. You go into that Houston game, you got Daniil Hunter on one side and Anderson on the other side. And all they do is get up the field. And you didn't change what you were trying to do as far as running wide. They're not going to allow you to do it. So I think he deserves a lot of credit because he caught a lot of criticism. He deserves a lot of credit for changing.
Yeah, I agree.
This is our 4 seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing game recap. If you look at Caleb, I was talking to you guys about this before the show. The touchdown right before the half, really good drive. Bears did a good job, got a big hit, jar the ball loose. And then I watched him come back. He's looking, gotcha. And he goes the other way.
Yep.
Great throw.
Well, here's like that. That's the type of play that really excites you. And I agree with Alex as well about Shane Waldron. Look, it's the statement I made to you guys after week 1. Death, taxes, and Chicago Bear fans bitching about the offensive coordinator. Those are 3 constants in this town.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's valid. But if you go back to the Tennessee game, I thought there was significant player error. That's the reason why their offense didn't move the ball. I think the offensive coordinator kind of stifled some of the things that they were doing. Long story short, you go back to that play, and it is the perfect play call. They played it right, and it was executed properly. They got a trips look to the right side. They get Cole Kmet on the left, pre-snap movement from left to right. So you've overloaded the right side, which, as you know, is going to define to your quarterback really what your coverage is.
Yep.
And when Caleb sees the safety in the middle of the field, and he realizes he's got DJ on the backside, either in zone coverage or man, but it's going to be one high safety, the motion helps him distinguish what's going to happen. The ball snapped, and Caleb stares to his right and moves the safety even more.
You can see him at the top of the screen.
So
there he goes.
So the motion helps define what the coverage is going to be. The quarterback helps by his eyesight, and when DJ runs a skinny post, he leans on the corner, creates space to throw the football on his inside. So when you factor it all together, you just say to yourself, that's what it's supposed to look like. And that was one of the plays that really you come away from it and you go, now it's really starting to look the way it's supposed to look.
I really thought it'd take much longer for y'all to really upset me up here. But how Cap just walked through or just kind of Brisker knocking this guy out, just talking about a big hit. You said, oh, yeah, we had a hit, we had a turnover. No.
That was a hell of a hit.
I haven't seen a hit like that wasn't a foul, that wasn't a 15-yard penalty in 10 years. Like, come on. He knocked himself out.
He did.
He knocked himself out, and we got the ball.
And
That's
now he's in concussion protocol.
He is, because he should have been on the field. Now, whoever's watching, they don't see him woozy and like stumbling, but they'll see something else that's not even there. They'll call a guy off the field. You got to see Brisker. Brisker knocked that kid cold.
Well, and
man.
Brisker did it legally too.
He did.
The reason Brisker got hurt is because the kid came in and dropped his head.
Yep.
Jaquan was trying to hit him with the shoulder and ultimately did. But you got to love seeing stuff.
By the way, these wings
are
phenomenal.
Don't do that, because I'm going to be sweating up here eating, so I'm trying to hold back right now.
All right, I got a question. So Brisker's in the protocol right now.
Yes.
If you don't send him to London, let's assume he clears the protocol, and he says, I'm getting on a plane, I'm going. If you don't play him, he gets 3 weeks from the last time he was in a football game, because you got the bye. So last Sunday to this Sunday to the bye week to the next game. 3 weeks. I would not send him even if he clears the protocol. Am I wrong?
No. I mean, it's Jacksonville. Yeah, we need him. I think he's a huge part of this team. I don't think we can lose great players or really good players and think we can just keep winning. So, gosh, I wouldn't send him because of his health, and we need him for the long term, right? But, man, I sure want him to play.
Yeah, he's a stud.
I think he gives them an edge. That whole secondary plays with a swagger. Not only are they talented, but they play with such great energy that I think is infectious throughout the course of every game. I kind of agree with what you guys are saying. Look, the DNA of an NFL player, any football player, is if I get cleared, I want to get on the plane, I want to go play.
Yep.
Sometimes you got to, as you say, take the food away from the dog, because the dog will continue to eat until it explodes. So sometimes you have to be the one to make the decision. First of all, I don't think that the Bears front office, nor were their medical people, going to do anything to put him in harm's way.
Right.
But I'm with you.
I'd be overly cautious because
I would too.
Important to my football
I would too, based on what you said, because he's going to get an extended period of time to kind of collect himself. And you need him for the long haul, for
and
sure.
If you didn't know, that was Jaquan Brisker with that vicious hit that knocked the football.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And he is starting to scare me a little bit, man. We keep comparing him to Mike Brown. I know I do. And it's playing out.
He might be better than Mike Brown.
Well,
And Mike was a hell of a football player.
my thing is he's hurt, too. He stays hurt.
Yeah.
Like, he stays with something. And at some point, it starts to become availability. You have to be available. You have to be, you have to be accountable. Like, people, we have to be able to count on you to be there. You know what I mean? I don't care how great you are. If you're never there, it doesn't matter, right?
What did Belichick say?
The best ability is availability.
100%. So
that's been
starting to
Tevin's
scare me a
problem,
little
too.
bit.
Tevin Jenkins' problem is, as talented as he is, he's just he's not available enough.
True. That's so true, man.
Okay, so if you're looking at this team, and I know through 3 weeks, Justin Fields was 3-0. His numbers weren't great. He was Justin.
Right.
But they were 3-0. It's like, see, we should have kept that guy. I said on the air the other day on ESPN 1000.
First of all, I don't bother myself with other teams' quarterbacks. I suggest you do the same.
That's not how I roll.
You've got your own quarterback.
Right.
But Jaden Daniels is playing out of his mind.
He is.
And now people are talking about you took the wrong one. You took the wrong one when you took Mitchell Trubisky. You should have taken Patrick Mahomes, and now you've done it again. So you hear that stuff, and it's like, I don't think so. I think we got it right.
I do too.
I think we got it
But
right.
I said on the air, tell me you don't know anything about football without telling me you know anything about football. If you're looking and don't think the Bears have made a massive, massive upgrade. Agreed?
Oh, yeah. No question.
Okay, I'm going to ask this question.
And I think it's listen, every week, as you know, is a lifetime in the National Football League. A season takes forever. I think anybody that's willing to make any long-term, definitive comment about who any of these guys are going to be, it's way too early. I think Jaden Daniels is playing great football. That doesn't mean that I wish they would have drafted him. I'm more than comfortable with the fact that they drafted Caleb Williams.
Yep.
They're on a different path. I applaud what Jaden's done, but I have no remorse right now that the Bears have the guy who they have. I think he's going to be a spectacular football player, and he'll develop at his own pace.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
What was the question? Did you have another question you wanted
I did
to
have a
ask us?
question. I just forgot.
But it was about Caleb, I think, or Justin.
It was about Caleb. But I'll think about it in a second. I was listening to Tom, and I was just like, fuck, I got a question. Oh, I forgot it. But it'll come back to me.
We'll come back to it. It's time for Caleb Williams Winging It, brought to you by our great partners at Hooters. And let me give you Caleb Williams' numbers. He
20 of 29
for
305, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions.
That's correct. Pretty good.
His mind's like a steel trap.
Like a steel trap right there, that guy. And that is brought to you by your local Hooters, where you can get great food, the iconic Hooters girls, and outstanding food. We got a great crew here tonight. A lot of people coming out to watch you guys. So, as you look at his numbers, I thought it was his best game. The week before, the numbers weren't great, 150 yards. But he also, you and I talked last week with Olin, checked down, didn't turn it over. That's 2 weeks in a row with no turnovers. That's a huge amount of progress.
I think so. I mean, I think it is. I think all you have to do is just look at the games and see how they play out. And if you take care of the football, you give yourself a chance to win. When you don't, you lose. We're looking at this, right? So how can he play better? I think when he does it against somebody else, right? When he does it against – and I just remember, God dang it, because you said that we're better. We're a better team, and I think we're a better football team.
Well, I said if you look at the quarterback play, Justin to Caleb, and you don't see that we've improved, then you don't know football.
Okay, so if we've improved, then why are so many people on me about why I don't think we can beat the hell out of Detroit? We beat them last year, and they were a really good team. They're still a good team.
Detroit's a hell of a football.
We're a better football team than we were last year, and we beat them last year. So why aren't we in that same conversation as being a hell of a football team? We have a better quarterback, I think. We have better skill position players. What is the difference?
We just have to prove it.
with this
No,
team.
you asked also, like, well, you were talking about the offense and the improvement. Look at inside some of the numbers that I think tell a story. Once again, he was very good against the blitz. Teams are going to stack the line of scrimmage and come after him. I believe in the last 2 weeks, he's 17 of 19 with the 2 or 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. I wanted to see him push the ball down the field. Going into this game against the Panthers, he was 12 of 41 with 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions, pushing the ball 10 yards down the field or further. We saw that improve as well. So not only is he playing clean football, as we've talked about, he's also he's taking chances. He's you don't want to be overly risky with certain things, but you also don't want to be too conservative because, again, you're not going to threaten the better defenses in this league with 5-yard outs and just taking care of the football. You have to mold the two of those things together. So I've seen progress. I'm excited about it, but I think Alex hits the nail on the head. I think you'll see them take that next step when they're able to do a lot of this stuff against a better opponent.
Yep.
You can only beat the player or the team that's in front of you.
Right.
And this is a Jacksonville defense that I think is not very good statistically. They're 32nd overall, but I believe they're a bigger and better challenge than Carolina. But this is another opportunity for this Bears offense to go out there and improve and take another step and prove to themselves. I thought last week, more than anything, they confirmed to themselves that they're on the right track offensively.
Yes.
They needed that reassurance inside their own meeting rooms and locker room that what they're doing is putting them on the right
Their
path.
OC needed it, too.
Yes, they all needed
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. They did. I love to see it.
I complained, I think it was to Tommy the other day. I said, God, we could go back to the Indy game. Roshan on 4th and inches at the 5. Hey, Roshan, pick that up. He does.
Yes.
Come out of the game, and now here comes Khalil Herbert in the Wildcat. Here comes Khalil Herbert 2 more times, and then a speed option outside to lose 12. I'm like, why would Roshan come out of the game there? Leave him right there and run him 4 times.
But then he doesn't. Then he does the opposite, and he doesn't get cute. He doesn't get cute because when you do stuff like that, I call that being cute. You on the 1-yard line, you go 4
his
wide.
point
Like,
was
let's stop that.
that you're learning, and that was a learning experience.
Well, and that's a learning experience from your OC. It's not just players.
Yeah,
Your
like
offensive
don't do
coordinator.
that. But so he learns, and now this game, you got Swift that goes all the way down the field, and then it was first and goal at the 1, maybe at the 2, and they bring Roshan in. It was a short yardage situation.
And Swift was ticked.
And he was pissed off. Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out myself. And I'm going to bring the big boy in with the big boys to get this yard. Like,
No apologies necessary.
No, I'm not apologizing for it. I wouldn't, because we do the same thing if it was if it was 3rd and 1 at the 50-yard line, you're going to bring in a package, that big guy package. You're going to bring it in, and then let's run. Let's get the yard. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't think he should have been pissed off, but I know he was.
But then they brought him back in the
then he
next
scored.
time. They're like, all right, have at it.
Yeah.
And he got his
We're not looking for friends. We're looking for wins.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
It's not show friends, it's
Yes.
show business.
We'll be friends. If we win a Super Bowl, we'll keep in touch.
All right. As we look at our player or players of the game, look, I could have gone a number of ways. How would you have gone?
I would go with the quarterback. I thought he had like I said, I thought it was a clean game. I thought he added the explosives there. I mean, I'm a picky guy. I think you can still look at the film and find ways where he can still get better.
Yeah.
And I think that's encouraging. It's not a criticism. It's actually being optimistic that as well as he played, he can still get better. But you go 20 of 29 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and no boom, go the dynamite mistakes. I think your quarterback
Would
gets
you
that.
have given it to Caleb too?
Probably.
I gave co-players of the game, Caleb and DJ Moore.
I like DJ Moore. I think Swift, man. I think he's a big reason that we're doing this stuff, because he's making plays out of the backfield. He's running between the tackles. He's catching the ball out of the backfield, kind of relieving some of that stress, some of those stressful moments for Caleb. So I do like what Swift brings when he brings it. The first 3 games, we didn't see it. The last 2 games is what we've seen, and if he can do that, which I don't see why he can't, he can do that every game, I think it allows this offense to be super explosive.
That is our apt players of the game. And if you use the code Kaplan25, any purchase of $150 or more, you get $25 off of their already low prices. ABT.com. I almost went with 3 players of the game, and the third guy would have been Jaquan Brisker. I thought he was magnificent.
Yeah. I mean,
But Andrew Billings played a great game.
Yeah.
Jervon Dexter played a great game.
Look, when you beat a team 36-10, there's enough roses to pass out. I mean, you run out of roses because so many things.
Are you on the Golden Bachelor?
I am not. No, I'm of the age to be on the Golden Bachelor, but I'm not. I don't watch that crap. I'm sorry. Like, I watch it. I get embarrassed for the people that are actually on there.
I went to college with Jesse Palmer. He was in my class, so I think he was the first Bachelor.
Yeah.
So I have to. I can't just be like,
he
yeah,
your
I watch it every
quarterback?
now and then. Huh?
Is he your quarterback?
Yeah. Oh yeah. At Florida, yeah. Until Rex took over.
I worked with Jesse at ESPN as well. Super nice guy.
Oh, super nice. Yeah, he is. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
Canadian kid.
Yeah.
Most Canadians are good. Most of them are nice.
Disgustingly handsome, too.
Yeah, he is disgustingly handsome.
Yeah, disgustingly handsome.
Well, I ain't going to agree to that, Jesse. I'm sorry. I'm not agreeing to that, JP.
So you played with him and then Rex?
Yes. So it was, yes. So Rex, it was Doug Johnson first, and then it was JP, Jesse, and then Rex. Yeah, and then Rex came here afterwards. Yeah.
I felt like when Rex came here to go to the Super Bowl, it was
Yeah.
like a gopher driving a limo.
What? Come on.
Oh, please.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you
We're gonna do
doing
this
that?
right now.
Why are you doing
We're gonna
that
do this
to
right now?
his Gator team?
We're gonna do this right now.
He wasn't good enough.
That team.
You had a better quarterback, you beat Peyton Manning.
That team. No. If we played better, we'd have beat Peyton Manning. If we don't give up 200 yards rushing in that game, we beat Peyton Manning. If Daniel Manning doesn't think it's cover 3 and actually runs cover 2, we beat Peyton Manning. We gave up a touchdown to Reggie Wayne running wide open. Like, if the defense just played how the defense played, we beat that team. It's not like we went 16, 17, 18 games and then this Rick showed up. No. It was the same guy the whole year. We get it. And sometimes he play here, sometimes he play not so good, but he was the same guy.
So Tommy and I had to do an event for Starbucks at the Merchandise Mart.
Oh, y'all ain't. Oh, I like Starbucks.
So they hired Rex, me, and Tommy.
Oh my God!
And you had to throw snowballs
Get out
through
of here!
this
Don't do
target.
this! Don't do this!
I throw it and I hit the edge of the target. Waddle from like
Is this
20
true?
yards right through the
Yeah.
target. Rex airmails it. And I'm like, we're in trouble. Remember?
He's the last quarterback to take us to the Super Bowl.
That's great.
And I worked with him at Fox, and then
Nice
I
guy.
worked with Cade at Fox. Rex was a joy to be around. Like, kind of quiet, but a really nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Cade was just a pain in the ass.
Did you play with Cade at all?
Nah,
So
I didn't.
The story that I was told
He didn't
was
last long enough.
Cade never studied. He shows up. He's under center, and he's barking out a call, and I think it was Casey Wegman turned around and goes, we ain't got that play.
Stop.
Did no
He's
homework.
trying to UCLA play. He was trying to play from UCLA days.
I hear he's learned his lesson, and he's like a much better guy now. I think he plays golf all the time with Al Michaels. But when he was here, not a friendly dude. Was not.
It was not good.
No.
Well, it showed in his play.
All right, I believe that the key to the season is being able to run the football. You got to have balance. I know the other night Kirk Cousins threw for 509, 60 passes. I don't believe the Bears can win that way. Do you guys agree?
I mean, being balanced helps, right? I think in every football team, hell, you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you want to be balanced, right? So Pacheco they go out and they get Kareem Hunt, they get somebody that can run for 100 yards. They want to be balanced. They got the best quarterback in the land. So, yes, you want to be balanced. You don't want to get out there and throw the ball 50 times, but I think it's the defense. If the defense plays well, you're good.
I agree with Alex. I think you have to stay committed to the run, but you don't have a group of road graders. Like
No.
the weakness of this team, in my humble opinion, is the O-line. They all may want to whip
You
my
said
ass
that
for saying
in
it.
August.
I've been saying it for 18 months. As much as I've loved what they've done on the edges and adding weapons, I've always been very concerned that they're not good enough on the interior of their offensive line, especially knowing that you have a rookie quarterback, and you know better than anybody, all quarterbacks are bothered by pressure. I think they're bothered young, old, middle of the road. I think they're all bothered more by pressure that comes from inside versus comes from the edge.
Agreed.
And if you can't secure the inside of that offensive line for a rookie quarterback, you're going to get him jumpy and you're going to really affect his growth. So,
okay, so would you make a trade? The deadline's a month, November 5. Okay? We're sitting here on the 8th of October.
Who's trading you a difference maker on the offensive line at this point?
Well, the Browns have serious problems.
They do.
Their quarterback was owed $150 million, and he looks like he can't play.
Don't want to play.
And doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
They have to cut money, is what I was reading today. So if they said, we'll trade you one of our starting linemen, we want the second-round pick at Carolina, and your scouts say, that dude's a big upgrade. Would you do it, or would you go, nah, I'm keeping that pick? Because that's going to be a high pick.
I think it depends on who you're offering me. If it's a 24-year-old offensive tackle who's, gets a clean bill of health when you look at him, from your doctors and has good tape and you felt good about, listen, these guys have scouted everybody.
Right.
So whoever you may be trading for, this front office has already looked at that guy years in advance. So if you have a good grade on him and you felt strongly about him and he has played well as a pro and he is physically okay, I wouldn't have any trouble making a deal for him. But I'm not going to make a decision that seems like that I'm
short-term gain, long-term loss.
Yeah, that I'm desperate. I'm not going to trade that second-round pick that's probably going to be the 33rd pick of the draft that you got in the trade with Carolina for a guy you're not 100% sold on just because you feel like he gives us an upgrade. I think it's got to be someone that you feel can be dominant at that position. I'm open to anything. I don't think you close the door on anything, but I just don't think that they're going, why in the world, even if you're the Cleveland Browns, are you going to give up a left tackle or a right tackle that you think is part of your future for anything?
I don't think you're going to get a left tackle.
No.
I think you have to go in the draft and get a left tackle. But a guard or a center, you tell me there's a center there, man, I would have to really think about it. A center that's young and playing at a high level, maybe not right now a Pro Bowl level, but he can get there. I really have to think about that because I got to protect my quarterback. I have to protect 18. It's not this year that I'm concerned about. It is 3-4 years down the road when we do have a team together where we can win a Super Bowl.
Just to your question real quick. I agree with you. The running game is very important. They're not going to the Super Bowl just by running the ball. Their offensive line's not good enough.
Right.
So you're going to have to ask this offensive line to perform both in the running game and the passing game. If they're going to do special stuff, it's going to be because their defense is going to be dominant the way they have been all along, and their quarterback elevates them.
Correct.
Not all on his right arm, with some help from the running game, but they're not going to road grade you the way that other teams in the league are going to do it.
No.
They're just not.
All right, we've got to take our break. You are watching Feldco Football Recap Live here at Hooters on Higgins in the O'Hare area. Alex Brown, Tom Waddle, I'm Cap. Be right back.
Hey, Dad, we're running low.
We'll be all right.
What is going on here?
Insulation? I'm chilly.
I can't help you with a decoration, but I can help you replace these windows fast.
Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Apt. For the best appliances for football season, shop at Apt. Pleasing people since 1936. Find them at apt.com. 4 Seasons, heating, plumbing, air conditioning, and electric. For all the right reasons, 4 Seasons. Join the Illinois Tollway at Contracting with Government, a roadmap for business opportunities. Drive your business forward with the Illinois Tollway. All right, time for our Chevy Drive of the Game. The Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. And I picked the first touchdown to DJ Moore because you're down 7-0. You got to answer right away, and it ends up a 34-yard touchdown to DJ Moore with a really nice job. Tightrope the sideline, cut it back into the end zone. That is our Chevy drive of the game. All right, welcome back here to Hooters O'Hare. Got a great crowd, and we've got Michaela with us, one of the iconic. She's a calendar girl, Hooters girl. What do we got here, Michaela?
In honor of football season, we do have our limited menu items, including our chicken tenders. It is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we are participating in our annual Give a Hoot fundraiser. Visit your local Hooters and ask your Hooter girls how you can donate today.
All right, so we are going to make a donation on behalf of the REKAP right there to the Give a Hoot Breast Cancer Fundraiser. Woo! So thank you, Michaela. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot. So again, if you come out to a Hooters, please, the Give a Hoot fundraiser for breast cancer is a great way to make a donation to help so many people. All right, let's get into what I really liked defensively up front. I had concerns about their front seven. I did, especially their front four. And Andrew Billings has been magnificent. Jervon Dexter said, I trained like I was a wide receiver. He said, I took the wide receiver conditioning test. I trained like a marathoner. He came in the greatest shape of his life. I can't remember where he played college football. The University of Florida.
Yes, sir.
But he's got 4 sacks in 5 games. That's more than any interior defensive lineman in the National Football League through 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Your guys' thoughts on the front four, especially Walker and Taylor and Sweat, who occupies so many people, Billings and Dexter.
I think Billings and Dexter are the key to it, and they're the I don't want to say the surprise, but they're the two that I'm most happy about playing well, because those two will get pressure off of your best player on that front four, and that's Sweat. So as soon as all that pressure comes off of him, and they start to make plays like they're doing, then you'll see Sweat start to come on.
And we saw Sweat make that play against
a couple games ago,
the Rams. 2 weeks against the Rams.
He's, if you leave him one-on-one, he can beat your left tackle. He's one of those guys. He can beat your right tackle. Like he's good. He's a really good player.
So Tommy, explain to me why. And I love Sean McVay. If he hit the market, no disrespect to anyone, that'd be the guy I'd go get. Why are you trying to block Montez Sweat with a skinny receiving tight end and a rookie 170-pound wide receiver? And oh look, he strips the ball out and it changes the game. Why?
I can understand why you would suggest that it's a very unsound plan. If you go back to the Indianapolis game, where we did it, but we had 2 tight ends.
Yeah, and DeAndre Carter got run over right into Khalil.
Well, that's a different play. The one I'm talking about is a strip sack, where you had Mercedes Lewis protecting the inside, Cole protecting the outside, and you saw Latu, a rookie defensive end, actually beat Cole Kmet. And to Cole's credit, he said, "Look, that's my fault. If he's going to beat me, I got to force him inside because I've got inside help."
Correct.
It was bad technique. Contrary to popular opinion or popular belief, teams ask their tight ends to help in pass protection. I think where Sean McVay made the mistake was, instead of asking 2 tight ends to block Montez Sweat, he asked a tight end and a wide receiver to do it.
170.
Yeah, so that's where I can understand the criticism. I did hear people criticize Shane Waldron a couple weeks earlier in Indy, and I just didn't understand that, because there are several occasions where an offense will, in fact, attack the opposing team and protect their quarterback with a couple of tight ends with an outside rusher. I mean, maybe it's not ideal, but I got to be honest with you, I'd rather double team a pass rusher at this point with Mercedes Lewis and Cole Kmet than with Braxton Jones, but that's just me.
All right, so Alex, were there moments where you're lined up at end and you're ready to go eat, and you look and you go, that little guy's supposed to block me? Okay, game on.
Well, it's the way they block you. So if these guys are staying up top, and they're going to get beat. If you stay up top, you got to come in and cut that inside leg. If they do that, that's what gets the defensive end worried or defensive lineman worried that you're going to dive at his feet. And the quarterback on these plays, the quarterback, you know you got a damn receiver blocking that defensive end. You can't just sit there and hold the ball. You got to throw it. So there's a timing part to this play that you got to get the ball out. If you pump fake, yeah, you're gonna lose the ball. It's just that's what it is because he can't block him. We know it, but we're hoping he can get in the way just long enough so you can deliver football.
It's such a great point because and you expect a quarterback with the resume of Stafford to know that he has very little time before he has to let it go. And if you watch the play, now they get to him fairly quick, and you can question the soundness of how they did it, but Stafford holds the ball too long as well, and I bet you he would tell you that was on him as well.
I got to get the ball out more quickly. But the Bears tried to block Tyquan Lewis from Ohio State, the Ohio State University.
Don't do that.
They're going to win the national title.
They are not. They are not. Don't do this.
They're not going to win the national
title.
They're
not going to win the national title.
Yeah, they are. They will.
They might not make the 12, but let's keep going.
Oh, my God. Just wait until they go to Oregon and spank the Ducks.
Oh, yeah, Oregon. Yeah, okay. Come down here. How about you come play Vanderbilt? Yeah.
They would wax Vanderbilt.
Okay, that's what Bama thought. Well, you got to be ready to go in the SEC. Come on.
But when the Bears tried to block Tyquan Lewis.
With Carter?
That was a run play. And he took DeAndre Carter right into Khalil Herbert and took them both down.
Cut it. It's still a timing play. Plays in the NFL happen where it's blocked and it goes open and close. So all you need is that second for him to get through there. And if he cut that inside leg, he's fine. Like if the running back's back there tiptoeing, well, damn it, you need to tighten up.
He was too upright.
Yeah, you can't block nobody like that. No. Like go and cut him full speed. Like there are plays that happen where that guy's in motion or that tight end kind of steps off the ball, and then on the snap, he just takes off across. They block everything down, and then they cut the inside. That's the hardest play for a defensive end in my mind.
Well, they've used that play a lot with Cole Kmet the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Coming, whether he's in motion or when the ball's snapped, he comes from the right edge and knifes right into
that is the
to
worst.
Alex's left thigh.
Yes, because if I go, I know he's going at that inside leg. Yeah. So if I give room and try to make it miss, which just opens up that hole for that running back to run. But if I try to close it, gosh, it's going to hurt.
You're going to take that hit.
It's going to hurt, yeah. So, because he's running full speed. I'm taking a step up, and then I'm closing, but he's already full speed. Yeah, it's going to hurt. I hate that play. Yeah.
The Bears also have gone to jumbo personnel, which I love. 3 tight ends, Mercedes Lewis, my guy. He has a show here on the channel.
He shouldn't be. Oh, okay. He got a show?
Right on this channel.
Okay, I keep quiet then. God, we should have somebody, some project. I went down to New Orleans, and there was a guy named Jimmy Graham. That was a project that he turned into a pretty good player. What are we doing? We're wasting a spot, in my mind.
Completely disagree because multiple players have told me with no microphone or camera around, the most important player in our room is that dude. He's the alpha in our room.
Why ain't he playing? We gave Cole Kmet $13 million a year. You mean to tell me he don't need to be getting paid that?
No,
Cole's why you bring in Everett?
They went 3 tight ends. Gerald Everett.
I think your quarterback's the most important player in your offensive meeting room.
It's not.
They're saying in the room, not on the team.
So in the tight end room. In the tight end room?
No, in the locker room.
Oh, in the locker room? Are you kidding me, Cap? Stop it.
That's what guys have said.
No, ain't no guys have said. No, don't do that. No.
I'll play you the tape.
If he left this team, they're going to still play just like they playing. How does he contribute to this team?
He's a leader.
Oh, you stop it. Oh, you quit it. Stop. No. He's just been in the league forever, man. That's all.
Been in the league and for 19 seasons.
Yeah, playing 52 plays a year. Yeah, okay. Come on, stop. See, I don't like this because we could have a real player that we're trying to help. He's on his last year.
He's playing one more.
Let somebody else do it. I hope it ain't here. Come on, man. We are losing.
That's a luxury for a team. That's a type of
luxury.
Yeah, it's a luxury for a team that's still trying to find its way. And at 40, he still probably blocks better than the other two tight ends. But, Alex makes a great point. I mean, let's be honest. Like, that's a luxury to have on your team.
It's like draft. I bet you like them drafting that punter too, huh?
100%.
Oh my God! I knew you loved that. Wow.
When they announced, because I had seen him play in college.
I don't care.
This is what I said. I said it to Mo when it happened. When it happened,
That really irritated me.
This is what I said when they made the pick. I said that's an arrogant pick, and I didn't mean that in a negative way. That Ryan Poles or Ian Cunningham are arrogant guys. It's a pick that tells you that their front office thinks their roster's complete.
Yes.
And that this is a luxury that you can have because you're set everywhere else. And
Correct.
now we're still talking about the security, the inside of their offensive line.
Yep.
Now, again, he may become the best punter in all the National Football League, and it's not a shot against him. I just didn't think at that moment you had that luxury to use that pick on a punter.
Well, you don't. You don't. The top 10 punters in 2023.
Who was the special teams player of the week last week?
Yeah, I want to hear that. Because everybody made a big deal of him punting 50 yards.
66. But who's counting?
Oh, there's other guys that can punt 66 yards. But hold on. In 2023, the top 10 punters, 6 of them was not drafted. Like, not drafted.
Right.
Only 1 was drafted in the 4th round or higher. Why are we taking him? Like, I have no idea. Like, what are we doing?
Because you play in a climate where it is very, very essential to flip the field.
He can't even win you a game.
The Rams game, he flipped the field 66 yards.
He can't win you a game.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. Who's the best kicker in Bears history?
Place kicker or punter?
Kicker, whoever kicked the ball.
Robbie Gould.
Thank you. He was a free agent. I remember when Levy brought in 8 of them, and we found him. Okay, great. Let's go. Like, come on, stop. That 4th round pick, you know what you can get in the 4th round?
You could get a starting center.
Yeah.
You could get an Alex
You know
Brown.
what you can get in the 4th round, man?
Alex Brown. Chicago Bears select in the 4th round. Alex Brown, defensive end,
Dude,
Florida.
like, come on, man.
See, people think it's a personal shot at
Never
Tory
mind.
Taylor.
John,
it's
not
not.
at all.
It's not at all.
Not at all.
Jericho.
Listen,
Just like
listen.
him.
Let me ask you a question. If we do it, it's one thing. If the Chiefs do it or the 49ers do it, it's a different thing. I still don't believe it's the right path. I believe last week before the games kicked off in Week 5, the guy who was leading the league in net punting, who was on pace to set an NFL record, was the rookie kicker from the Bengals, who was an undrafted free agent out of BYU. So, again, I feel dirty trying, I'm not messing with Tory Taylor, but if you ask me if I thought the 4th round pick on a punter was a good decision, I still feel the same way today as I did back then.
I agree.
They were not in that position to use that pick in a luxurious fashion.
Correct.
Right, and then I'll be sitting at home watching America's Game of the Week, and the 49ers will have this great punter, or the Ravens will, and I'll be like,
But they went
why
and
did
found
they take
him.
and we can't?
Where did you know Justin Tucker? Was he drafted?
I have no idea.
No, he was not. No, he's the greatest kicker in football history, and he was not drafted. I don't think.
Harrison.
Yeah, they're about to fact check me right now, so I don't think he was.
How about
He was not. He was an undrafted free agent. Thank you.
How about
Justin Tucker?
How about Harrison Butker? And by the way, he'd like you to do the dishes.
He was drafted though. Harrison Butker, he was.
Yeah.
Justin Tucker was found on YouTube. True story.
There it is.
Yeah.
How
Do you know the
about we
kid?
just work a little bit.
The kid that's
Let's
kicking
work a
for the
little bit.
Dallas Cowboys now?
Come on.
Yeah, Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, he was kicking in the XFL, USFL, whatever it was. He was a soccer player, wasn't drafted, played in one of those minor league leagues, and ultimately found his way to the Dallas Cowboys, and is the best kicker in football right now.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a stud. All right, I got to do the special teams play of the week, and I believe we picked
Probably the punter.
Yeah.
It probably was the punter.
it was the Bears field goal. I was going to try and give it to Tory Taylor
you were.
again.
How could you do that? He did not have a good day.
Right.
He's had one good day. And again, I feel horrible for picking on him, but he had one good day against the Rams. Like, he's fine. It's all good, but let's not prop him up to be the reason. And you didn't beat the Rams because Torrey flipped the field.
Thank you.
You didn't.
Guess what? They could have driven down and beaten you 25-24,
Yes.
and he kicked a 66-yard punt.
Do you know who made a
Good
bigger?
luck to you,
Do
Matthew.
you know who made a big right?
And that set up Brisker for the game-winning interception.
Correct. That was a
Ford
bigger
can never
play
do
than
that.
the punt.
That's all I'm saying. He can never do that. That's winning a football game. He can never do that. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm telling you guys is the really good franchises, they would have taken that kid, and that's why Poles grabbed him.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Who's Kansas City's punter?
Matt Ariza, who I believe was a free agent, was a kid who got in trouble coming out
Matt Ariza was what, a second-round pick by the Bills?
by the Bills.
Second round, and
but
because
they
he got in trouble off the field.
But they signed
and he
him.
released
They
him.
signed him as a free agent. They didn't use draft currency on him.
They
Thank
did,
you.
but Buffalo did, and they would have kept him if he hadn't been falsely
saying that
accused
they're
of
available.
legend.
But we're
Later,
talking
that's
about the Kansas City situation.
All right, our special
I've never
teams-
seen you go to the mat so hard
You're
for a
something else.
punter.
You are something else.
That was a smart move. And when he pins somebody in the Super Bowl a few years from now down at the 1, I'm going to haunt you guys.
One play.
By the
guy
way,
plays 90 plays a season, and Cap wants to draft him in the 4th round. Oh, my gosh.
rather than a backup whatever.
Whoa, why would you?
Backup.
Was he a
I started
backup?
9 years. What are you talking about?
Was he a backup? No, he wasn't.
I'm
But he
fourth
wasn't
all
in
time
this-
in sacks.
he wasn't in
Do I
this
need to
draft.
remind you?
weren't
Fourth
in-
all time. You used to say it when you introduced your boy.
I love
know-
you, but
fourth all time.
you weren't in this draft.
No, I wasn't. But there was an offensive lineman that might be able to protect Caleb.
Do
a
you
little
think
bit.
that there will
got
be a
Karan
fourth-round
Amagadi
pick?
in the
Oh, okay,
third.
that ain't playing. He's not playing. Like, gosh.
That is our special teams play of the week, brought to you by Special Olympics Illinois. When voices tell us you can or you won't, we simply say, I did. Special Olympics Illinois. So I did. Learn more at SOILL.org.
Alex has put you in the blender and hit puree.
You guys are wrong on this one.
No, man. You know how good he has to be to justify the fourth-round pick.
You'd have been the
It'd be
guy that
so
left
good.
Ray Guy on the board.
In the first round, I'd let somebody else take him and take that chance. Yeah, I would. I'm not taking him in the first round.
All right, I've got questions for you.
Okay.
No, we wouldn't take a punter in the fourth round.
No chance. Janikowski, I watched Janikowski from high school.
We have the Oriole Park football
he
team
was
here.
always good. Wow. Yep.
The Oriole Park football team is here.
Yep.
And my guy Jackson McGuffey is here. Dude is just a beast. That team is 7-0, rolling on in the playoffs. So shout out Oriole Park. This is from my guy Luke Keneally. At what age did you guys start playing tackle football?
7.
I was 8.
I played flag football 4 to 6, and then 7 play tackle. Yep.
Would you let your kids today play tackle, or would you make them wait till they were older?
No, I let him play. If he wanted to play, I let my son play. He played until he was 11 and decided, I don't want to get hit. So he went to baseball.
How about you, Tom?
I had all girls.
And you have
None of them.
you have a grandson named Tom. He just had a grandson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, if I had a son, as long as that child showed a desire that he wanted to play, yes. And I think then at that point, then you make sure he's being coached correctly and that they're treating the players in a manner in which, their safety is really important. But, yeah, I would definitely let my kid at a young age play tackle football.
All right, another question. The Bears left for London Monday night. When Matt Nagy was here, they basically flew on Friday, landed, walked through, played, and flew home. With a loss, by the way. Do you like the plan? Eberflus told us on ESPN 1000 on Monday morning to me and Jonathan Hood that their research told them get there as early in the week as you can, get your Tuesday off, get up, do a walkthrough day on Wednesday, a regular practice Thursday, Friday, and then play on Sunday. Do you guys like that plan, or would you go later in the week?
No, I thought the plan was great. I think you rely on your medical staff and all the people that this is what they do for a living to to kind of direct you. I mean, if it was us, we played in the preseason in Germany, like back in '89 or '90. I don't think we went 4 or 5 days in advance. It was a preseason game against the Niners. But I think it's great. I think what they did was the right way to do it. You get your body acclimated to it. You get yourself set. I know the Jags are going Thursday, but this is kind of like, this is second nature for them because they've played so many.
And they're going to be there the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I do like the fact that the Bears went early.
I agree. I like it. I like how they just get out of here.
Did you play an international game?
You know what? I did not. So apparently, they ain't like me when I was here because they played in '89. They took them to Germany. Then the year after I left, they went somewhere. Like damn. Y'all, so they ain't want me going out of the country for some reason.
Have you ever gone to Europe?
No, never have.
It's the greatest.
I know. I think my wife's listening, and she's going to.
Carrie, he's going to take you.
She's planning a trip right now.
She's planning the trip right now.
Did you like that experience, Tom?
I loved it. Yeah, I mean, it was very historic because where we played was the actual track in the stadium where Jesse Owens won the gold medals in front of Hitler.
Yeah, and I held that gold medal on a memorabilia show I hosted.
Yeah. Wow.
And that gold medal was, I don't know, $1.5 million. And they brought the family that he left it to a friend. He said, I want you to have one of my gold medals. And then when that guy died, the family finally was going to sell it. And they brought it to this show, and I literally held the gold medal with gloves on, and I'm looking at it going, if that gold medal could talk, the evil that was sitting in the stands looking, Jesse dominate, like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's the stadium we played in. So it was palpable, the history that was there. 49ers beat our ass, but that was not important because it was a preseason game. But you could tell that, you were in a special place for sure.
What year?
I want to say it was either 89 or 90.
Oh, okay.
89 or 90.
Wow. Well, they had either just came off 2 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like we were practicing against them. Like, it's so funny. We were beating the hell out of each other the way we would do under Coach Ditka. And Bill Walsh has got the 49ers down on the other field, and they're just going through shoulder pads and helmets going through light 7-on-7. And when we would come together, we were exhausted and they were fresh, and it was like, it wasn't a fair fight.
2 days when you played?
Until my last year. They stopped everything my last year, so they didn't take me anywhere.
And you were in New Orleans.
They beat the hell out of me.
Yeah, exactly.
So with Lovey, you had 2 days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had 2 days. They weren't as hard. The 2 days wasn't as hard, and then sometimes we'd have the 1 day, and then we have the special teams. I had to go out for both, so I was on special teams.
But when he played, you guys were full pads.
So we did that my last year in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Where
Sean
full
Payton.
pad. Well, see, full pads for us, nobody's hitting my legs anyway.
Right.
So shorts and shoulder pads and helmet is the same as full pads because I didn't even wear pads. I got tights on or I got shorts on.
Did you wear leg pads when you played? Neither did that guy.
No, I didn't wear a mouthpiece. I didn't wear leg pads or leg pads.
You didn't wear a mouthpiece. Why?
No, the only time I put a mouthpiece in was for a punt return. When they'd asked me, and the only time they asked me to return punts is when the weather was bad.
And guess what? He took one to the house.
No,
I did against the Saints. Yeah, in preseason. Yeah.
And 4.79.
I played faster than my time. I was like Jerry Rice. I played faster than my time.
Yes, I love it.
All right,
we gotta put that. We gotta put that together like a side by side with Devin Hester returning one.
Oh yeah, it's
probably similar.
Yeah, no, it's not. No.
Our Dr. Pepper play of the game is a DJ Moore touchdown. I had to give it. I thought that was just
can't go wrong.
Oh, sorry. It was the Kevin Byard interception, which Tom Thayer on our radio station, ESPN 1000, he said that's the best interception he's ever seen.
It was a great catch by safety.
Did he not say that?
I did not hear it.
Tom said it.
The what? The best interception he's ever seen by a Bear player.
In the 29 years he's been the voice of the Bears.
He must have been off that day when Peanut snatched that interception
from Randy Moss in the end zone.
Yeah, he must have been off that day.
Yeah.
What?
And wasn't Peanut a rookie that year?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a rookie.
Or the back-to-back interceptions that Mike Brown made in overtime. I mean, he must have been off. He was off those days. He was off. I'm not going to say, because he could have been. And so he's right with what he's saying.
Don't kill the messenger.
He just was off.
saying what he said.
It was an
talking
athletic
about?
catch. There's no
It
doubt.
was. It was an athletic catch, but let's not go crazy.
Yeah.
And that, of course, is brought to you by Dr. Pepper, an American original, just like our Chicago Bears, pleasing your taste buds since 1885. Dr. Pepper, a unique combination of 23 flavors and a winning formula that football fans love. Grab an ice-cold, refreshing Dr. Pepper today at a McDonald's near you. All right, time for our look ahead. Bears in London with the Jags. The Illinois Tollway brings you the look ahead. So the Jaguars have a quarterback that you know, because you and I work together every Sunday. I love Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
He has not lived up to the hype when he was picked number 1 overall.
Nope.
What do you guys think of Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars and the challenge that it presents?
I think it's just what Tom was saying. I mean, if you get pressure on a quarterback, whether he's young, whether he's experienced or whatever, that's what they hate the most. And where they hate that pressure is, I watched Drew Brees for a year drop back deep into the pocket, and he'll step up. If they can't step up, so they get pressure right up the hole, right up where that center of those guards are, and they get pressure right in their face, that's where they're most uncomfortable. And our defense, we have a really, really talented back end of the defense. So if any balls are off, they stand to be takeaways. And that's what we're hunting for. So we're going to get pressure on the quarterback. We're going to take the ball away. He's going to be in trouble. I think so.
I hope you're right.
I think this is going to be a bigger challenge than maybe some are expecting. I know they're 1-4. They took the Texans to the brink in their building 2 weeks ago, and they got off the schneid last week at home against the Colts. Their offense, I think, is finding a little bit of rhythm. I think that they found something. Defensively, you can make hay against them. But I think it comes down to, yes, trying to turn Trevor Lawrence over, control the running game because they do run the football well. And I think you need to see Caleb Williams and that offense take another step against a gettable defense.
Losing Ridley, I think, hurt them.
Yeah.
Losing Ridley hurt them. I don't – and then the tight end just came back, Ingram. He just came back last week, but he's just kind of getting back into it. So I just don't know. I don't know, man. And they don't have that number 1 guy right now. And Ridley was that guy for them.
Now,
I do think
they
kept
the running back.
Yeah,
Bigsby.
Yes.
Instead of Travis Etienne.
Did he get hurt?
No.
They just weren't happy with Etienne, how he was running the ball.
Okay.
I just think this is going to be a little tougher challenge than the last couple they've played. The Jags know how to take this trip. They do it constantly. I don't think they're a juggernaut, but I think they found a little bit of rhythm on offense. I think you just got to get the best of them. Their defense is not great. So your offense has got to take another stride for sure. But you got to get to this. You got to get to the bye 4-2. Again, to confirm to yourself what you're doing is pointing in the right direction.
Yes.
All right, we'll get our predictions in just a second. That was all brought to you by the Illinois Tollway. You do not have to be a big construction firm to do business with the Illinois Tollway. Listen up. If you're the owner of a small, diverse, or veteran business and are looking for an opportunity to grow, now is your chance. Join the Illinois Tollway at Contracting with Government, a roadmap for business opportunities. This event is Friday, November 8th, 10 to 2 at the South Shore Cultural Center in Chicago. All right, Tommy, your prediction on what happened Sunday, score and all.
When the season began, I had them losing to the Jags in London and beating the Commanders coming out of the bye. I think what I would do is probably flip-flop that, is I would predict that they will beat the Jags. I don't think it's going to be a walk in any way, shape, or form. I'd say, 24-21, 24-20, something like that. I think they're going to have their hands full coming out of the bye against the Commanders. So I'll change my prediction from the start of the season. I think maybe they get the best of this Jags team. But I think that game in Washington coming out of the bye is going to be one that the entire NFL universe is going to be looking at.
AB.
I do think it'll be a close game. I think the reason is going to be because Trevor Lawrence can run. And I think his legs picking up first downs on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 when everybody's covered, he don't want to turn the ball over, so he runs and picks it up with his feet. I think that keeps the game close, but I do think the Bears win. I don't think they score much, though, so 2014 with the Bears having to have a stop at the end to secure the win because they got the ball.
And you've got Jonathan Owens probably in at safety for Brisker unless he gets.
I think they've talked about Hicks possibly playing as well.
There you go.
And maybe instead of Owens. But if Brisker doesn't play, it's going to be, it's going to be
tough,
a challenge
man.
for him.
Yeah, it's challenging. Yeah. Because he's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
You can't just remove hell of a players from are they good type of teams and think you're just going to be fine.
He's one of their best players.
100%. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Guys, thank you for being here.
For sure.
Thanks for having us.
A lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be at the Downers Grove Hooters in 3 weeks. So make sure you call, get a reservation. Everybody that's here, thank you for being here. Thank you to Hooters. Have a great night. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Hey, Dad, we're running low.
We'll be all right.
What is going on here?
Insulation? I'm chilly.
I can't help you with the decoration, but I can help you replace these windows fast.
Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Feldco Football Recap Live is brought to you by Feldco. For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4FELDCO, Chicago's home renewal experts. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. Hooters. At Hooters, originality isn't just one thing, it's everything. World-famous wings and more, served up by the iconic Hooters girl. Hooters, always original. Dr. Pepper, an American original just like our Chicago Bears. Grab an ice-cold, refreshing Dr. Pepper today at a McDonald's near you. Special Olympics Illinois. Special Olympics Illinois, so I did. Learn more at SOILL.org. Apt. For the best appliances for football season, shop at Apt. Pleasing people since 1936. Find them at apt.com. 4 Seasons, heating, plumbing, air conditioning, and electric. For all the right reasons, 4 Seasons. Join the Illinois Tollway at Contracting with Government, a roadmap for business opportunities. Drive your business forward with the Illinois Tollway.
Some days, you've got big things to care about. Like that. And that. Luckily, the Whirlpool Smart Range automatically updates itself with features like Air Fry. So you can worry less about keeping up with the latest tech and care more about keeping up with the latest trends. Say cheese. Everyday care, Whirlpool.
To see the full line of Whirlpool appliances, shop at Apt. Pleasing people since 1936.